Hey there, everybody. So, real quick, I just wanted to provide an update on the funding situation. First off, I wanted to say that we actually crossed the barrier for paying off of my credit card debt in like 2 days. It was insane. Like, it just blew my mind that my audience cared about me that much, and it really means the world to me that you guys were able to collectively send over $3,000. Like, that's really amazing. And I paid off the entire credit card debt. Like, it's gone now. Like, it's all gone. And it just it blows my mind that it's I don't have to worry about that. I paid off my phone as well for the next year because I use track phone, so I just pay for the airtime or whatever they call it. And yeah, so I got that all settled out, and now I know that when the time comes where I might be homeless, I at least don't have to worry about those things. And I have those taken care of for a year. And I think that I can pull things together in a year. I think I can make it work. I'm a very resourceful individual, and even though I'm kind of, terrified, to be honest, at the same time, I'm also somebody who plans things out and takes things, seriously. And, even though I have this, dissociative disability that makes it really hard for me to kind of, pull together everything I need, I account for all of it, and I just try my best to navigate this puzzle, essentially. And so, yeah. And so basically what I've been doing, first off, I'm working on my next video. It's going to be really good. It's about Idiocracy, and I have some really interesting things to say about that film. I don't know how long the video is going to be. I'm going to estimate probably at least 40 minutes. Maybe it might even be an hour long. It's really good, though. It's not going to be silly like the Sonic one. It's actually I say a lot of really interesting things in this one. And I'm doing a lot of reading for it, so it's taking a little while. And so the second thing that I'm doing right now is I'm also preparing my laptop setup, for quote-unquote mobile work. So one thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be shifting the kind of content that I produce, because if I can't find a place where I can stream inside in a private area for not paying a stupid amount of money for that, I really can't continue streaming. I can't do this in a library or something, right? I can work on editing my videos, and I can do the recording somewhere else. Maybe there'll be some background noise or whatever, but I really can't stream, and the computer doesn't necessarily have the processing to do the streaming. So there's going to be a shift in the kind of content moving forward. So one thing that I'm planning on doing to kind of compensate for this is I want to make a video game. Right, and I've been planning this video game for almost 2 years now. I made little tiny indie games, kind of messing around with different ideas, but this idea is the idea that I've been really honing in on, and I don't want to reveal too much about it yet, because I want to make a shorts series on my second channel about developing this game. And I think the reason why is partially because, first off, when I see game developers on my shorts feed, they make some really bad programming decisions that they're showing, and I think that there would be a benefit from a series that kind of explains my programming decisions from more of a functional point of view, because I feel I feel they're really propagating bad coding habits, personally. A lot of times, the one I see all the time in these channels is using, huge if-else blocks that are, ridiculous. And, there are better ways to do that depending on what you're trying to do. And, it can be really hard to debug. It can be really hard to manage down the line and things like that. So, I kind of want to use this series as a way to kind of, develop a game in a way that like is kind of more like more sturdy on the programming side. And like I'm not gonna pretend that I'm the best developer or anything, but like just it's weird because like I don't think I'm like an amazing developer or anything. I'm kind of like more a maintainer than a developer. But then I see like the kind of stuff that these people are putting out, and it's just like concerning because it's just you see the same programming mistakes over and over again. I mean, people roasted Yandere Dev for doing that, but then like these people who are getting like hundreds of thousands of views on Shorts and TikTok, or yeah. So I'm thinking about making a series that's like similar to that, probably about 2 to 3 minutes per short, where I kind of just go over developing some aspect of the game. And the game itself, all I really want to say about it right now is that it is a turn-based RPG, and the gimmick of the game is that when your characters get attacked, right, there's like a machine that gets like broken a little bit, right? And then you gotta fix it every turn, and then depending on how you fix it changes like how your stats are distributed and stuff, right? But the thing that makes it interesting is that you can actually change what kind of machine it is outside of battle, so you can equip like a special item that changes how that part of the game actually works. So it's almost like a cartridge where you put it in you put it in like a console, and there's like different kind of games that's somewhat similar to that in concept. And yeah, and I want to kind of like show just different parts of the development process and things like that. And I'm thinking about I've been in talks, nothing formal yet, but I've been in talks with possibly forming a development team, and we wouldn't be like it wouldn't be like, oh, I'm the head or anything. It's kind of more like, it's actually kind of more like a rhizome, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, like we're all just kind of like different people like contributing to like a wider set of projects. Like I plan on, you know, also supporting like, you know, UI design in my friends' projects in exchange for things like, you know, art assets and stuff. And the goal is for this is I want to be able to make a Kickstarter for this game, right? And once I release the trailer, I think people are really gonna like where it's going. Like once they see like the development process and they see like, you know, where the game kind of is going aesthetically and like the gameplay and everything, I think people will be really excited to see what I'm cooking. Because like I've wanted to make games for the longest time, and the problem is that I keep giving up on these projects just because as a single person, you just can't do it all. Like, you can technically do it all, but, like, it's really hard. You have to take your whole life to do it, and it's already hard enough for me to, like, concentrate, you know? Like, I have, like, these major executive functioning problems where I can barely concentrate on what I'm trying to do half the time, and, like, so game development's really challenging for me, but I feel like if I have a team to help, like, work with, especially a team where, like, the focus is on, like, you know, horizontal informative development between each other, like, I think there's a lot of value in that. So, yeah, that's one direction that I want to go, and believe me, this is definitely going to be a Guattari game. Like, there's no exception about that. Like, this is definitely going to be a Guattari game, full and through. I think once people see what I'm cooking and I'm able to kind of put enough together to kind of show a trailer, I think people are going to be really on board with what I'm making. So, with that out of the way, the other part that I want to really focus on is I'll keep trying to produce videos like these. No guarantee on audio quality. I'm still trying to work out how I'm probably going to do that. I may even just do it on my phone, because my phone doesn't have a half bad recorder, right? But yeah, I want to like put a heads up, because I don't know currently if I'll even have the ability to use my current setup, which is kind of a poor man's setup, honestly. Like, okay, Spoiler alert, I use a sock as a pop filter. I know, it's pretty hilarious. I don't wear the sock. It's not like that. I never wore this sock. It's just, I use a sock as a pop filter because I'm a lazy weirdo. It's really funny. I probably should get a real pop filter if I actually am, like, able to get the resources to, you know, be more professional. But yeah, so but yeah, that's kind of the direction I want to continue taking the channel. And then moving forward, regarding my finances, I do want to be transparent about what my needs are, because, like, you know, some people have really expressed concern about me being homeless. I mean, I'm really concerned about it too. I don't blame you. And the thing is that I live in Boston right now, and I really don't want to move out of Boston. I don't want to move out of with the range of, you know, access to the lines, just because there's so many resources here. And there's a lot that I can do in Boston that I wouldn't be able to do back at home in Metro Detroit. So, you know, I'd rather stay here. And the thing about Boston is that it's very expensive to live here. So, like, I kind of, like, started looking around for places, because I was suggested some groups to look for, like, roommates and stuff. And typically it starts at about $1,000. And that's a huge ask for my audience. And I don't honestly, like, expect my audience to even be able to produce that amount. Like, I know that my contemporaries in the field of you know, Deleuze and Guattari, like, I guess, like, entertainment online, I guess you could say, I know that they don't pull in those kinds of numbers, and I know I'm definitely not the biggest fish on the block. So, like, you know, it's, I'm trying my best to try to find a job. One of my strategies right now is to try to also, like, my main strategy right now to deal with this situation is, like, the problem with just looking for jobs is that it's, right now, the conditions are very alienating, right? So, like, if I continue that alienation up until I move out, I'm basically fucked, because then I don't have any connections, I don't know anybody, right? So my focus has actually been on, like, getting involved and, you know, touching grass and stuff like that, and kind of, like, understanding things on the ground, and, you know, and that's for, like, arts and things like that, and, you know, and you know, local, like, feeding groups and stuff like that. And I think that's really important, you know, for me moving forward, because, like, I think that in order for me to, you know, get through this, you know, I was thinking a lot about, like, you know, what I have versus what most homeless people have when they, you know, are in this situation, and, like, what I can possibly do to, like, you know, make the best out of a shitty situation, essentially. And, you know, I have the ability to make, you know, friends, you know, I have the ability to make, you know, connections, I have the ability to try to have people care about my life enough where, like, I can make things work. And that's kind of, like, my top priority now. And my second top priority is, like, trying to find a job and trying to find income. And actually, one of the things that I'm buying with the money that I've been sent is a VCR player, which sounds weird at first, actually, but I have the ability to take archive footage and record it with, I have, like, the setup for it. I just don't have the VCR player, and I have a bunch of tapes, and I actually may have lost media from Hiroshima, Japan in the 1990s on these tapes. I don't know if the tapes are in good enough quality condition. There's probably still something on them that's useful, because tapes, like, they can go bad, but they usually still have a little something to work with, unless you really, like, fuck up the data. But yeah, so I'm thinking about, like, trying to see if I can set up, like a VHS kind of conversion service and things like that. Just little stuff on the side to get a little extra change. And yeah, because like if I could get a minimum wage job for 30 hours a month, this wouldn't be a problem. I would be able to find a place with a roommate probably within a month, right? And the thing is that like the job market is insane right now. Like I just am in disbelief by how hard it's been to be able to find a job. Like it's actually ridiculous. It's crazy how I went from making almost 6 figures 2 years ago to being literally like on the verge of homelessness. And like, I don't feel like I'm a failure in that respect. I think that really like what matters the most is, survival and the continuation of what I think is most important, which to some extent is this channel and the work that I do with Felix Guattari, because, that's really the stuff that turned my life around and is giving my life more continued life, like it's the thing that works, instead of, being an asshole or whatever. It's learning about this guy and using it as a way to not only learn about like psychiatry history and learn about like political history and philosophy, but also as just a way to reflect upon myself and my own life and to think about like what he's saying from both a historical and a philosophical lens. How does it apply to what I'm experiencing now and how I engage with the world on an everyday level? And I think that's really where the value in my work lies, kind of like taking what I've introspected from those experiences and talking about it. So yeah, that's the state of things. I really appreciate the immense amount of generosity. Oh yeah, that's 2 more things I wanted to mention. One, I'm not sure if I'm going to do it right away, probably within the next like 3 weeks, but I want to try to have like a charity fund that we can raise money for every month, right? So like I'm thinking like if you want to send me money because you want to help me out, that's one thing, but I think that we should have like a dedicated charity fund. And then that way, we can encourage people in my audience to donate to various causes that are vetted by me and, my my close friends who moderate the Discord server. And also, the other thing I wanted to mention was... what was it? Right, and I wanted to also use my post tab to... I'm not sure what the schedule is going to be yet. I'm thinking like either... I'm thinking probably bi-weekly currently. I'm not sure if I want to go weekly yet just because I don't have enough connections with artists locally. But I want to use my post tab as an opportunity to share various New England artists that I encounter and to kind of just share like, their perspectives on art and like, what do they incorporate into their pieces and like how do they interact with like different kinds of like, how they use like themes like contrast and line work and boundaries and stuff to like construct various meanings in their work and like how they use the medium to convey things and stuff like that, because I really want to like moving forward, like I want to continue producing content, but I also want to like really encourage like community support, because like going through this, like one thing that really sucks is just watching what the same economic impacts that are about to make me homeless have done to artists, and like seeing them struggle to even sell a single thing because people are struggling to even pay their bills and stuff, and just seeing artists really demotivated and struggling, and maybe we can't necessarily help them directly. If we can, that's great, but also like I think just recognition on a wider scale and seeing and having a glimpse in this like these different worlds of different artists, because I see various artists in the city, and I see like the graffiti along the lines of the subway and stuff, and it just has me thinking, like I don't know. I think that it would be a good opportunity to show stuff on my channel for this. And there's one other thing too. I'm thinking I'm not sure yet. It's gonna depend on the weather. If the weather is really shitty, I may not do it. But I'm also potentially thinking about recording stuff for the Disability Pride Parade or whatever they're having later this month. Because yeah, July is Disability Pride, if you didn't know. And the ADA was passed 35 years ago, so I thought it'd be an interesting opportunity to potentially, like, interact with people, potentially even make a documentary with what I see there. So, yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to give an update. Thank you so much for helping me again. I really appreciate everything. Take care, everybody.